Imagine a place where scholars from across the ancient world gathered to study, debate, translate, and preserve knowledge. A place filled with texts about mathematics, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, literature, and history. This was the Library of Alexandria. Established during the Ptolemaic period in ancient Egypt, the library became one of the most important centers of learning in the ancient world. Its scholars worked to collect and organize knowledge from across the Mediterranean and beyond. But eventually, the library disappeared. And that created one of history's greatest mysteries. Who destroyed the Library of Alexandria? The most famous story points to Julius Caesar. In 48 BCE, Caesar became involved in a civil war in Alexandria. During the fighting, fires spread through parts of the city's harbor area. Ancient writers later connected this fire with the destruction of books and manuscripts. But here's where the story becomes complicated. The evidence does not show that Caesar's fire destroyed the entire Great Library. In fact, the library continued to exist in some form after Caesar's death. So the famous image of one enormous fire consuming every book in Alexandria is probably far too simple. The library's decline appears to have been much more complicated. Over time, political instability, changing rulers, declining patronage, conflict, and damage to Alexandria affected the city's scholarly institutions. Other possible moments of destruction have also been proposed, including violence during the Roman period and the destruction of the Serapeum in the 4th century. But historians still cannot point to one confirmed event and say, this was the moment the Library of Alexandria disappeared. And there's another famous story. Centuries later, a legend claimed that Arab conquerors destroyed the library after capturing Alexandria in the 7th century. But this story appeared much later and is not supported by reliable contemporary evidence. So, what really happened? The most likely answer is not one dramatic night. The library's decline was probably a long process, shaped by changing political conditions, loss of support, conflict, and the gradual deterioration of its institutions. And that may be the most fascinating part of the story. We don't know exactly how the Library of Alexandria disappeared. We don't even know how much knowledge was actually lost there. But its legend has survived for more than 2,000 years. Because the real tragedy may not be that one great library burned. It may be that countless ancient works simply disappeared over centuries. And we'll never know exactly what humanity lost.